This Jaipur Watch Company is a business which has been built out of passion. I've been a collector of watches, I've been a collector of coins. Uh, Ever since I was like 12 years old, I used to open up my watches and see how the watch works. And I used to collect coins since I was like 14, 15 years old. And one fine day I was opening up a watch and there was a coin which was lying next to it. So I decided I'll put it inside the watch and see how it looks. I started wearing it, uh, grabbed a lot of attention, and I thought I'll do something about it, and that's how it started. It's something which is purely coincidental. See, idea, like I told you, it has come up something which has been very, spontaneous. There was no plan that I'll do a coin watch, but I started with that. It grabbed a lot of attention, and then I realized that not everyone is a coin collector, but people appreciate a timepiece which can become a conversation piece. So if you're wearing a watch which has a coin inside, grabs a lot of attention. People definitely ask you, what is it? Then you also feel like talking about it. And in a way, when we give a watch to a customer, we give them a story card, we give them a certificate of authenticity and everything. So the client also gets some information, some education that, okay, this is the coin, this is the story behind the coin. So that is passed on from one person to another person, and that's how it's going on. See, it's a longer process. Uh, the coins we use are from British India era, primarily. They are from British India era. Each coin is 70 to 80 years old in terms of age. The coins we use are UNC coins, unused condition coins. So finding a 80-year-old coin which has never been touched, which is scratchless. Because if there is a scratch on the coin, no one is going to use it or no one is going to buy that particular watch. That is something which is a very time-consuming process. We are in touch with a lot of numismatist societies, coin collectors. So we source and scout coins from those people. That's how we work. The manufacturing process of a watch is very similar to how a watch is done. I mean, but what we do when we say that we are a fine Indian watch manufacturer, we make sure that we use the finest components available, which a very international brand will use. For example, a sapphire crystal on a watch that is standard for all our watches. We import machines from Switzerland, we import machines from Japan, from Citizen, from different parts of the world. And then everything is brought together in India and then manufactured in India. That's how a fine watch which is comparable to a world-class watch is born. Honestly, as a brand, we love the city. That's why we are named Jaipur Watch Company. Jaipur is something which, when you talk to someone, even he is a foreigner, you talk to someone about Jaipur, he knows it's a city which is famous for art, culture, and all those things. What we are trying to do is bringing old Indian art also in our watches. We are doing some hand painted watches also, which are done by local artists from Jaipur. So, uh, we love Jaipur as a city, and that's why we named it Jaipur Watch Company. We don't have a manufacturing setup here because manufacturing setup is in Chennai, but it's kind of an office from where we deal logistically. We don't retail in Jaipur. Our retail partners are all in the metro cities. We don't have a retail outlet in Jaipur as such. So if you talk about this question that how Jaipur has been helpful, how Jaipur has changed, we really haven't interacted with a lot of these government people, honestly, because manufacturing setup is in Chennai. Good city in terms of connectivity. The cost of living is low. The cost of rentals is low. Okay, as compared to other metro cities. If we would have been working in a city like Delhi or Bombay, our operational cost would have been like five folds of what it is right now. And we are very well connected also to the cities. Uh, Logistically also, if we have to send some consignments, we can reach to all the metro cities in one single day, overnight. So that way, if you see, yes, it is a very nice place to start a business with. Yeah. See, mechanical watches and smart watches. Yeah. There's a different clientele altogether. A high-end mechanical watch client is really not interested in a smartwatch. That's been my personal experience. Smartwatch is something which becomes obsolete every 2 years. A mechanical watch is something which will last you for generations. It's a heirloom which can be passed on from one. You cannot pass an Apple Watch to third or fourth generation. It will be obsolete. Probably next launch, uh, the particular watch is going to get obsolete and they are launching a new version of that watch. With our mechanical watches, anyway, it's a 80-year-old coin. Then it's a hand winding thing. There's no battery in the watch. So, our watches don't run out of battery. Like a smartwatch will probably require a charge every 1 day or 2 day. Okay. So these are the watches, which are good. I mean, smartwatches are good, but they cannot replace mechanical watches. There is no way they can replace the mechanical watch industry altogether. I mean, see, that's what we are doing. I mean, the concept is very clear that if we have a coin watch, doesn't mean that you are a coin collector. But when you're taking the watch, you get to learn, okay, this is the coin, why this coin has been used, what is the story behind this coin. You automatically will get to learn about it. So, we are definitely passing on this information to anyone. Be it knowingly, be it unknowingly, that person is getting more aware about the Indian history. Any which way. Okay, that is there. Uh, we are very responsible in terms of being India's first luxury bespoke watch brand. We make sure that our watches are comparable at world level. Our watches have been featured on the world's most visited watch website where all international watch brands are listed. We have been compared with those particular brands also. So we made sure that we live up to the expectations. We have catered a lot of niche clients uh, which are from India, which are from abroad, which are celebrities, which are sports persons. These are the people who have shown interest in Indian brand, surprisingly. I mean, there's a myth that, if he's a multi-billionaire, he'll only buy international watch brand. But 80% of my clients are people who are in the top 1% of the economy. I mean, I love this thing. I mean, this is the best part about my job. When I interact with a client, he tells me that I want this. Then we create a design. We discuss the design with the client. The client approves of it. Then we give him a 3D of the particular watch. If there are any changes, he suggests at that stage of the 3D of the watch. And then we determine the cost. Okay, now these are the changes. This is the final version of the watch. Nowadays, technology is so good that whatever 3D I show to the client, it will come exactly the same. There will not be a 1% difference. Okay. So we know that what we are making, the client knows what he is going to get, and that's how determining cost is not a big deal. After once you have a end product is in front of you, you can determine the cost. See, Indian art is something which will always be there. That is something which India is famous, and especially our city Jaipur is famous for. What we are trying to do is we are mixing it up with a modern horology, the art of science of horology, which is watchmaking. Okay. So watchmaking plus Indian art, that is what Jaipur Watch Company is all about, and that is something which we have been doing since last 3.5 years, and we'll continue to do that. We are never going to create uh, ultra modern watches. Our watches will always carry a story or a part of Indian history or a culture. You know, that is how our watches are, and that is how our watches will always be. See, what I've seen Brainbuxa is doing is a fantastic job. You are bringing all age group students on a particular platform, giving them an opportunity to see the world while sitting at their home. That is first thing. Secondly, they can see the interviews of all the people you have put there to get the inspiration from the entrepreneurs who are doing okay in their particular field. So that is very important. Entrepreneurship is very important. I myself am a first generation entrepreneur. There's no one in my family who has done business before me. Okay, so it's always important to have more entrepreneurs in the country. That is how the economy will eventually grow. And what you're doing is fantastic. Younger generation getting to see entrepreneurs early age, getting inspiration. They have a direction set in their mind right after that. So that is a very nice thing what you do. I wish you all the best.